Hello everyone and welcome back to Prof. Dan Tutorials YouTube channel. Now, as many of you know, I often cover employment-based immigration topics like the EB2 NIW and the EB1A. However, today I want to share another opportunity that could be your path to the US, and that is the diversity visa lottery for 2026 or DV 2026. Now, this is a chance for people from countries with low immigration rates to the US. But the question is your country eligible? So stay tuned because in this video, I will be walking you through everything you need to know, including the eligibility requirements, how to submit your application correctly, meeting the necessary education or work experience criteria, and avoiding common mistakes that could get your application denied. We will also be covering which countries can apply and perhaps more importantly, those that can't. So make sure you watch till the end to see if your country made the cut and understand the whole process to avoid costly errors. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all our latest immigration tips and opportunities. Make sure to like, comment, and share with anyone who might benefit from this information. Your support helps us bring you more valuable content. So let's keep growing this community together. And for those of you on LinkedIn, don't forget to follow us on our LinkedIn page at St. Daniel's Global LLC on LinkedIn. First, let me give you an overview of this DV 2026 program. Now, this diversity visa lottery, also known as the Green Card Lottery, is a U.S. government program that provides up to 55,000 diversity visas annually to individuals from countries with low immigration rates to the United States. So it is a lottery-based selection system that allows the winners and their families to apply for a U.S. green card. The diversity program is an opportunity for applicants to legally immigrate and live permanently in the U.S. And of course, the applicants must meet eligibility requirements to qualify, which I will explain in subsequent slides. And take note that this is a random lottery where your nationality actually play a critical role. In terms of timing and deadlines, the application period for the DV 2026 program begins on October 2nd, 2024, and it's going to end on November 5, 2024. So that's like a month's timeline. Now, these dates are strict, and applicants must submit their entries within this period, within this window. Late applications will not be accepted, and it's also important, and I will advise that you submit your application as early as possible within the window in order to avoid, things like website overload or perhaps technical difficulties that, that is possible closer to the deadline. So avoid all this and apply on time. In terms of eligibility requirements, now to qualify for this DV program, applicants must be a native of a country that has sent fewer than 50,000 immigrants to the US in the past 5 years. That has been the standing rule. Now, eligibility is determined by country of birth, not your citizenship. So the country where you were born is important or key to determining your eligibility. Applicants also need to meet education or work experience requirements. Specifically, you must have completed a high school education or its equivalent, at least, or you have at least 2 years of work experience in a profession that requires 2 years of training. Now, both education and work experience actually play an important role in your eligibility for this visa program. In Africa, for example, many countries are eligible to participate in this program, including nations like, say, Algeria, Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, and South Africa, and many others. However, what I want you to note is that the only African country that is not eligible for this DV 2026 is, you want to guess? Is Nigeria. Nigeria is not eligible for this. That's quite unfortunate. And that's because, over the past 5 years, Nigeria has a very high level of immigration to the US. So you should carefully check the eligibility of your country of birth, as this will determine if you can participate in the program or not. And guess what? Even if your country is not eligible, there are alternative options through things like maybe your spouse or even your parents' countries of birth, if it's not the same as the country, your own country of birth, which is not eligible. Now, two main key takeaways to qualify if your country is not eligible. Like I said, your spouse country of birth, if your spouse is from an eligible country, you can still claim their own country of birth and submit a joint application. Or if your parents, you may also, claim your parent country of birth if neither of your parents were legal residents of your own birth country at the time of your birth. So, and if their country is eligible, then of course you can claim that. Now, this gives some flexibility for those born in ineligible countries, like say, Nigeria, for example. For the application process is quite easy. The DV 2026 application process is 100% online and must be completed at the website you see on the screen, dvprogram.state.gov. All applicants must fill out the required details, including personal information and passport details. It's also important to keep the confirmation number that will be generated after your submission, as it's going to be needed for you to check your status later. Remember, there are no fees to enter this DV lottery. However, please take note that winners will have to pay the visa processing and medical exams if selected through this lottery system. Please take note, submitting multiple entries will disqualify you from the process. So I will advise that be cautious about that and ensure you provide accurate information. And of course, submit only one application. Don't try to outsmart the system. And just quickly, if you look at my screen right now, you will see the platform. Once you go to this website, dvprogram.state.gov, you will see everything you need to do this by yourself. You necessarily do not need anyone to do this for you. Okay? You can proceed to even look at the DV 2026 instructions. You can click that to see all detailed instructions as to how to go about the filling of this form. Then begin entry. Everything you need is on this page. So make use of it. All right, so you will also see on the requirement, you see the photo requirements, what is expected of you, and the likes. Of course, I said earlier about the education and work experience. In terms of education, having at least a high school diploma or its equivalent. In terms of work experience, is also kind of useful. Again, the direct page source I showed you, you can check by yourself all of these instructions. Now, in terms of the selection and notification process, Now, the selection for this DV lottery is random and computerized, so let nobody deceive you. Once applications are submitted, the winners are selected randomly. Entrance status check on the official website that we showed earlier is also the only way to find out if you have been selected or not. And guess what? You know the timeline when you should expect that. So starting from May 3rd, 2025, you can use that your confirmation number after you complete your registration and you submit. You can use that confirmation number to check your status starting from May 3rd, 2025. Please take note that no notifications are sent by mail or email as far as this lottery is concerned, and you must visit the website to know if you have been selected, not from any third party. So if selected, then you can proceed with the visa application process if the visa number is available. One thing I'm going to tell you is that the selection process for this DV lottery is random and computerized, and never allow any scammer to scam you. Please avoid scammers. Do this by yourself. Visit the website, check the instruction and important key information. When you check that instruction from the website, you will see frequently asked questions, and that will respond to many questions you might have or confused about. On the screen here are all the African countries that are eligible. All these African countries are eligible. So if you are from, if your country of birth falls in any of these, please give it a try. It's free, so there is no crime in you trying, except for Nigerians. As far as African countries concerned, if you are a Nigerian by birth, you cannot apply. And these are non-African countries, in addition to Nigeria, that are ineligible. Again, also due to the high immigration rates they have from all of these listed countries on the screen to the US. So, however, remember what I said earlier, that even if you are from a country that is not eligible, like Nigeria or any of these countries on the screen, Bangladesh, Brazil, India, Jamaica, Mexico, Pakistan, Philippines, South Korea, and the likes. Remember that you may still qualify through two things: your spouse country, if you're married, or your parents' country. And that will be it for today's video. Wishing you all the best, and I will see you again in another video. Take care and bye-bye.